Bringing Up Bates star Josie Bates-Balka continues to document her life as a mother to 3 children. The 25-year-old has also been busy managing her hair-curling business, Effortless Beauty. She recently shut down speculations that she's having a beef with some of her siblings by hanging out with them. But some Redditors were surprised when Josie showed support for a certain social media page, which may fuel speculations that she's rebelling. Keep reading to see the discussion. Bringing Up Bates. Josie Bates' alleged feud with sister. There have been speculations that Josie is having a feud with her sister, Carlin. The rumors come due to their unusual absence from each other in recent years. Bringing Up Bates fans barely see them hang out and even chat during family gatherings. However, Josie and Carlin suddenly reconnected last year, supporting each other's businesses. Since then, they began to hang out more than their other siblings, ending the rumors that they were having a beef. Carlin even took to social media last week to share that her daughter, Layla, just got a gorgeous hair makeover from her aunt, Josie. Josie rebels for supporting shocking page. Some Bringing Up Bates fans on Reddit react to Josie Bates-Balka's recent sightings, liking a post by content creator Avery Woods, who is throwing a middle finger at the camera. Many were surprised that Josie liked a photo of someone doing one of the most forbidden things in their family. This led to speculations about Josie branching out. Others also think it only indicates that Josie still hasn't shown her true colors. Another commenter also found that it wasn't the first time Josie had liked a photo of Avery flipping off in a photo. Bringing Up Bates. Josie Bates shares latest family activity. Josie Bates-Balka recently took to Instagram to share clips from her annual ski trip with her husband and kids. Josie and her family flew to Utah to enjoy the snow. Unfortunately, the Bringing Up Bates star has not shared their activities in the snow yet. Many fans also wondered if Josie could attend the Bates family's upcoming I Love You Day this month. However, the Bates family's annual gathering is currently in question due to Kelly Jo's recent health scare. In the pristine, faith-filled world of Bringing Up Bates, the Bates family has long been seen as the gold standard of Christian family values, modest living, and unwavering unity. But behind the curated images and carefully worded captions, rumblings of quiet rebellion are beginning to stir, and fans are pointing fingers at one of the family's most beloved daughters, Josie Bates-Balka. At just 25 years old, Josie has built a reputation as the sweetheart of the Bates clan. Known for her gentle spirit, impeccable style, and seemingly effortless balance between motherhood and entrepreneurship, Josie has mostly stayed away from controversy. Until now, a recent wave of speculation has ignited across social media, suggesting that Josie may have aligned herself, whether intentionally or not, with a social media page that stands in stark contrast to the core values her family is known for. And fans are asking, is Josie Bates finally stepping away from the conservative world she was raised in? The page that sparked it all. It started with a single like. A seemingly innocuous gesture on Instagram, quick, quiet, and easily overlooked. Except nothing goes unnoticed when you're a Bates. Fans were quick to spot Josie's interaction with a page that frequently promotes content centered around progressive ideals, women's autonomy, and deconstruction of fundamentalist religious upbringing. It wasn't long before screenshots circulated in fan groups and forums, accompanied by a firestorm of speculation. The page in question, which we won't name directly to avoid directing traffic, is known for its strong critique of purity culture, high-control religions, and the very kind of ultra-conservative family dynamics showcased on Bringing Up Bates. That made Josie's engagement all the more shocking. Was it a mistake, a moment of curiosity, or was Josie, in a subtle act of rebellion, trying to tell the world something? Quiet rebellion or mistaken tap? To some, the idea of Josie pushing back against the values of her upbringing is almost unthinkable. After all, she's one of the more reserved Bates siblings, never publicly questioning her faith, rarely venturing into controversial territory, and often celebrating her tight-knit family on her platforms. And yet, beneath the surface, fans have long suspected that Josie might be carving her own path, just quietly. She was the first Bates daughter to enter the cosmetology field professionally, launching her business Effortless Beauty with minimal family fanfare and a notably modern aesthetic. Her wedding to Kelton Balka, while still traditionally beautiful, was far less wrapped in the trappings of ultra-conservative courtship customs than those of some of her siblings. And over time, Josie has leaned into a more mainstream lifestyle, stylish outfits, modern parenting choices, and open discussions about postpartum struggles. To some, these were small signs of independence. To others, this new interaction is the first bold step towards stepping away entirely. Fans react with shock and support. The online reaction has been intense. Some longtime fans expressed disappointment, with comments like, "I never thought she would be the one to go down this road," and "This is heartbreaking. She was always my favorite." But others applauded her courage, encouraging her to speak up. One user wrote, "If this is Josie starting to question the toxic parts of her upbringing, I say good for her. It takes guts to even like a page like that when your family is watching your every move." Others speculated about what this could mean for her relationships with her parents, Gil and Kelly Jo, or even with UPIV's fan base, which still leans heavily toward conservative viewers. Given that the show was canceled in 2021 amid controversy surrounding the family's connections to the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP, any deviation from the expected mold can lead to fierce debate. Josie's silence speaks volumes. As of now, Josie Bates has not commented on the incident. She continues to post her regular content, home renovations, adorable photos of her daughters Willow and Hazel, and updates on her business. But her silence is almost louder than any statement she could make. In a world where every like and follow is dissected for hidden meaning, fans can't help but wonder if this was a deliberate move cloaked in quiet defiance. Some even speculate that Josie may be following in the footsteps of her cousin-in-law, Jinger Duggar Vuolo, who famously distanced herself from the teachings of IBLP and released a memoir about her journey out of fundamentalism. Could Josie be on a similar trajectory? A bigger picture, the Bates sisters and the winds of change. Josie isn't the only Bates daughter raising eyebrows lately. Carlin Stewart has become increasingly open about her struggles with mental health, using platforms like YouTube and Instagram to speak candidly in ways that challenge the "just pray it away" narrative of traditional conservative culture. Alyssa Webster, another fan favorite, has opted for modern fashion, contemporary worship music, and seemingly more relaxed views on parenting and social roles. Even Katie Bates has shown signs of leaning into a more mainstream lifestyle, with makeup tutorials and frequent travel. Together, these subtle shifts suggest that a new chapter may be unfolding within the Bates family, a chapter shaped less by strict ideology and more by personal conviction, experience, and empathy. Walking a fine line. It's worth noting that Josie, like many young women raised in conservative circles, may be navigating a complicated emotional and spiritual journey. Publicly deconstructing one's belief system, especially when your family is in the spotlight, can feel like betrayal. It's a process often filled with confusion, guilt, and grief. If Josie is indeed beginning to question parts of her upbringing, even liking a controversial page could be a massive step forward. But it's also possible that this was nothing more than a slip of the thumb, a mistaken tap while scrolling, a brief curiosity with no larger intent. Either way, the ripple effect it caused speaks volumes about how invested viewers are in the lives of the Bates family, and how much fans are yearning for authenticity over appearances. A future unwritten. Whether this moment was a spark or a false alarm, Josie Bates has reminded the world that even in a family as polished as the Bates, real people wrestle with real questions. And sometimes, rebellion doesn't look like a dramatic exit or a tell-all book. Sometimes, it's just a single like that says, "I'm thinking for myself." In a culture that often discourages women from questioning authority, especially spiritual authority, Josie's quiet act may be the beginning of something much bigger. And whether she chooses to speak out or stay silent, one thing is clear. The narrative of the Bates family is still evolving, and Josie may be one of the most quietly compelling storytellers of them all.